Riga is a cruise port that's easy to explore on foot, but not everything was quite what I expected. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know before arriving at the Riga passenger terminal, how to get to the city, what to eat, what to avoid, and a few honest thoughts based on my own experience. Let's get started. The best thing about this port is how close it is to the city. The Riga passenger terminal is only 5 to 10 minutes away from the old town on foot. No shuttle or taxi required. The walk is pleasant and mostly flat, taking you along the river and through some nice streets. In fact, just a few minutes after leaving the terminal, you're already surrounded by medieval buildings and public squares. It's worth noting that the city has lots of cobblestone streets. They look great in photos, but walking on them for long periods can be tiring and even slippery if it rains. If you're traveling with a stroller or have reduced mobility, it can be a real challenge. Wear comfortable shoes and take your time. Riga isn't one of the largest cruise ports in the Baltics, but it still welcomes around 81,000 cruise passengers per year. Some ferries also dock here from time to time, but most regular routes now operate from other Latvian ports like Ventspils. The terminal has basic facilities like restrooms, a small indoor waiting area, and free Wi-Fi. There is also a tourist information point with free maps, although not all staff speak fluent English. And by the way, if you keep walking toward the old town along the river promenade, you'll find public toilets as well in case you need a quick stop before reaching the city center. Most cruise visitors just walk, and that's what I recommend too. But if you need to go further or return to the ship easily, keep in mind, Uber doesn't operate in Riga. Instead, locals use Bolt, which works just like Uber and is easy to use. I used it a few times during my visit. The app is intuitive, prices are fair, and drivers usually arrive quickly. Once you reach the old town, everything is nearby. Town Hall Square, the House of the Blackheads, the Central Market, and several churches and museums. For most cruise stops, you'll have about 4 or 5 hours in Riga, and that's more than enough to see the key highlights, enjoy a good lunch, and take your time. That said, there's something I didn't expect. A lot of the tourist-focused bars and restaurants in the city center promote party tourism. You'll see signs advertising cheap shots, happy hours, and some places that feel more like clubs than traditional cafes. That might appeal to some, but I felt it took away from the cultural atmosphere I was hoping for. And since we're talking about the vibe, I want to be honest, always with full respect. During my stay, I found that most people were quite reserved. Not unfriendly, just not particularly warm. Service in restaurants was sometimes slow or impersonal, especially in more touristy spots. It doesn't mean you'll have a bad experience, but I think it helps to go in with the right expectations. Let's move on to the food, and here Riga was a pleasant surprise. Even in the old town, you can find great food at very reasonable prices. One of my top recommendations is 77 Kresli, a buffet-style place where you can get a full meal for just €6.50. It's clean, tasty, and perfect if you're looking for something quick and filling. Another good option is Vekrigas Piga, a cozy gastropub with a nice atmosphere. You can enjoy a main dish and a drink for under €10 depending on what you choose, but not everything was perfect. I had a disappointing experience at Parunasim Cafetika, a cafe that looks great on Instagram but turned out to be overpriced, with poor service and average desserts. To me, it felt like a tourist trap, so I wouldn't recommend it. In terms of payment, most places accept cards, but I recommend carrying some cash, especially if you're going to small cafes or markets. In a few places, I actually needed cash to pay. So, is Riga worth a visit during your cruise? Absolutely, especially because of how easy it is to reach the city center and explore on foot. You don't need to book an excursion, and with just a few hours you can already enjoy the best parts of the old town. Plus, the food can be both good and affordable if you know where to go. But also be aware, the cobblestone streets can be hard on your feet, service isn't always friendly, and the city center leans more toward party tourism than authentic local culture. If you come with an open mind and realistic expectations, I think you'll enjoy it. If this video helped you, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm sharing more honest cruise port guides from across Europe and beyond. And if you've been to Riga, I'd love to know, what was your experience like? Did you enjoy it? Or did anything surprise you? Let me know in the comments and see you in the next video.